866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care with Mad March savings all month long. Now's the time to save big with big deals on major brand tires like the long-lasting, quiet-riding Michelin Defender 2 and slam dunk savings on automotive repairs with big rebates up to $100. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 convenient locations are ready to assist on your next championship drive. Check out jackfurriers.com for even more savings. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
For windows and doors that combine style, performance, and efficiency, come to the Window Depot. We carry a large selection of Milgard windows and patio doors, with many options in stock and available today. Choose from a variety of colors, styles, and energy-efficient designs that can help improve comfort while adding value to your home. From new builds to window replacements, our team can help you find the right Milgard products for your unique project. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, a full wrap-up of today's Wildcats contest. Top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Tommy Lloyd, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And that's going to be it. The Wildcats are going to win the Big 12 Tournament Championship to go along with their regular season title. Flemings will inbound it to Tugler, knocked away. There's the horn. It's over. Trophy coming back to Tucson. Celebration at midcourt. The Wildcats do the Big 12 double-double. Regular season and tournament champions. They keep it rolling, headed to March Madness.
79-74, the final. Your Arizona Wildcats reigning over the Big 12 Conference. They did it during the regular season. They do it for 3 days in Kansas City, Missouri, to bring home their first conference championship in this new league, their 10th conference tournament championship overall, as they won 9 of those in the Pac-10, Pac-12 years. And now it is on to what is likely going to be the number one seed, a number one seed. Will it be the number one overall seed? That'll remain to be seen, depending on what happens with Duke. Maybe if Duke loses tonight in the ACC championship game, the Wildcats will get the number one overall seed, likely number 2. It doesn't matter. They'll probably be home in the West, starting in San Diego, advancing to San Jose before hopefully an eventual trip to Indianapolis for the Final Four. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the post-game show. I am David Kelly. You can see everybody's in the house. We've got Kelvin Ifan, the captain. J.W. Madden is here as well. We want to talk to you. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Your Wildcats coming back. They've won now, 8 games in a row or 9? That the Wildcats have won straight. They get rolling and you lose count. It is a win streak, to say the least. This team going in hot to the NCAA tournament. We start off with our top takeaways, as we always do, and for that we'll start out with the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
Man, what a game. What a game, man. And, just being a fan, sitting there getting to watch and, watching these young guys, Burries and Peat, the defense that's just getting played by the whole team. Watching Burries come out and struggling early. It looked like he was still hurt, like something was going on, but something clicked in his mind, man, whatever it was, man. And, whatever he drank that halftime, he probably want to start selling that, J-Dub, But, man, he came out very aggressive second half, man, and trusting himself and trusting his work. His teammates trusting him. Just overall, man, just a great job of what they call it, FIO.
FIO. Figure it out.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. A lot of figuring it out there, and they just stayed together, man. They stayed the course, and it just like a group of guys that have came together, man, and have such belief in themselves and in the system, and they just figured it out.
It is 9 straight wins since the back-to-back losses to Kansas and Texas Tech. J-Dub.
Well, first and foremost, my top takeaway is I'd like to thank Coach Sampson. 1,451 days ago, Arizona lost to Houston in the NCAA tournament. And ever since that day, we've seen a change in the style that Arizona's played. It obviously compounded with going to the Big 12. You can't compete with Texas Tech and Iowa State and Houston unless you bring that physicality and that purpose on defense. And it was 1,451 days ago that Coach Kelvin Sampson humbled the Arizona Wildcats and Ben Mather and Coloco. They've changed their style since then. We know that Coach Lloyd is an inside-out guy, but this team was purpose-built to compete with the likes of Iowa State and Houston. To see those two teams in back-to-back days, the way they came out and defended early, got out to that big lead. Their second 0-10 run given up in the season late looked like Houston might find a way to make it super competitive, maybe even take the lead there, and Arizona responded to that. And as you said, Brayden Burries, mentioned to Brian Jeffries that he something went wrong yesterday. He said something about feeling sick. Those 2 air balls to start the game, coming back and responding with those 10 straight points or whatever he scored with those 2 threes. Peat, Ivan Karchenkov down the stretch, Jaden Bradley in that first half. Just exerting offensive dominance. Little scare there when he hit his wrist on the knee there, but just an unbelievable season, an unbelievable tournament run to go through those 3 teams, 3 NCAA tournament teams, and, tip your cap to Houston. Houston is that team. They are the team you have to go through to win the Big 12 championship, and guys, they went through them twice this year. So really, really proud of the Cats, really, really excited for next week.
Yeah, my top takeaways is just, once again, this team, they take every punch from an opponent, and they end up standing at the end of the day. This was a game they came out, they got ahead early. You mentioned Brayden was out there, maybe still not completely right from whatever it was that he had yesterday, but found it at the end of that first half, scored 10 consecutive points for Arizona to allow them to lengthen out that lead. They came out hot in the second half to get up to 15. And then, Houston, like you mentioned, is a great team. A 14-0 run, got back to within 1 point, and then Ivan Karchenkov decided that he was going to step up and score 7 straight points for this team. Peat getting into foul trouble. Toby Awaka getting into foul trouble. This is really, I think, we've had some fouls obviously throughout the season, but this was, I think, the first game where I felt like we actually, got into some serious foul trouble where it might completely change a game around. And, those 2 guys go off the floor. You had to play small. And like Kelvin said, they figured it out. Once again, they found, I like to, Tommy Lloyd says FIO. I like to say FAW. They found a way. They've continued to find a way this season, and they are now the Big 12 Conference champions in the tournament as well as in the regular season. They went to the bank today in Kansas City. Delhi had a high bank. Yvonne had a bank. There was just a number of guys that knocked home bank shots in this game. Brayden had a bank shot, big bank shot in the ball game. They went to the bank in Kansas City, and they cashed the checks on the Big 12 heading in to the NCAA tournament.
I like
as
to
the number
say
1 seed.
FBD.
FBD.
Friggin' bear down.
We could come up with a number of acronyms on this season for sure. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We'll hear from you. We'll review our keys to the game. We'll find out who beat the book, if anyone, today, as well as we'll hand out our Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. Was it a game-long situation, or maybe it might have been a huge rebound that came at the end once again?
2 games in a row, man. Crazy.
You never know. This is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Kelvin Ifan, JW Madden. My name is David Kelly. Get on board. The train is moving till around sometime after 8 o'clock tonight. We'll hear from the players and the head coach as well back in Kansas City. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we are here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400, AZROC 214570.
For windows and doors that combine style, performance, and efficiency, come to the Window Depot. We carry a large selection of Milgard windows and patio doors with many options in stock and available today. Choose from a variety of colors, styles, and energy-efficient designs that can help improve comfort while adding value to your home. From new builds to window replacements, our team can help you find the right Milgard products for your unique project. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Supplier pricing is happening right now at O'Reilly Chevrolet during Truck Month. That means big savings across our lineup. Take up to $4,000 off the 2026 Colorado, up to $5,500 off the 2026 Silverado HD, and up to $10,000 off the 2026 Equinox EV. Supplier pricing is going on right now, so don't miss your chance to save. Find us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
So, what is it that scares you the most?
The blue trucks from Essential Pest Control, Doctor. They leave bugs belly up.
I use one of those national companies.
Thanks, Doc. Those guys don't scare me.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Buy local and stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is our bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
Up your game in a new Buick or GMC from Royal Buick GMC. At Royal, we always deliver a quality vehicle at a great price. Score a great deal with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff and our transparent online pricing. Plus, Royal offers a 72-hour buyback guarantee. Score big at Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. See dealer for details. Royal Buick GMC in the Tucson Auto Mall or RoyalTucson.com.
It's a full-court press this March at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Join our $1 million March Mania promotion for your shot at $1 million with your bracket picks. Or win $100,000 with a perfect prop card. Now through April 6th. Swipe your Club Soul card daily for a free drawing entry. Plus, every 200 slot and table points is an additional entry. Then join us April 6th for the grand finale drawing. Only at Casino del Sol, an enterprise of the Pascua Yaqui tribe.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care with Mad March savings all month long. Now's the time to save big with big deals on major brand tires like the long-lasting, quiet-riding Michelin Defender 2 and slam dunk savings on automotive repairs with big rebates up to $100. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 convenient locations are ready to assist on your next championship drive. Check out jackfurriers.com for even more savings. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Our daughter was addicted to pain meds, and for over 2 decades, she was lost to us. We tried to help, but the more we tried, the worse it got. She went to 18 different rehabs. We finally realized that to really love her, we needed to let her go, even when that meant her going to jail. When she got out, she went to Gospel Rescue Mission, and as the days turned into months, we knew we had our daughter back.
If you need help, or if you know someone who needs help, go to grmtucson.com.
Coach, Tommy Lloyd here with the Right Way team.
Great news. Free furnace season has been extended through the end of March. Have you been thinking about replacing your heating and cooling system this year? To spark business, we're giving away an 80% gas furnace or a heat pump air handler with the purchase of a new air conditioning system.
And we're offering up to 60 months no interest financing, manufacturer and energy efficiency rebates, and 10-year parts and labor warranty.
Call or text 520-200-2422 to book your free estimate today or visit rightwayac.com.
If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Now back down to the baseline. 3 seconds. Get it to Burries in the lane. Lay it up and good.
Yeah, good find there by Peat. Nice cut there by Brayden Burries. Realized he could get the back of the head of his defender, able to cut and finish at the rim.
There's a 3-ball for Houston, missed off the back of the rim by McCarty, and Karchinkov, the Arizona rebound. Karchinkov lob it inside Peat, caught it left block, back out top Burries, squares up for a 3, he's got it! Lexus of Tucson Charity 3 for Brayden Burries.
Yeah, beautiful find there at the top of the key. Those free throws got Brayden Burries going. You can see the confidence coming back to him.
Those are 5 of those 10 straight points that Brayden Burries had for the Arizona Wildcats at the tail end of the first half of the game. He finished with 21, 6 of 10, 2 of 5 from 3, 7 of 7 from the free throw line in the ball game. 21 points in 33 minutes. He had 2 rebounds. He dished out 3 assists. He did not turn it over, and he had a steal for the Wildcats. The number 2 team in the country, number 1 seed in the Big 12, beat number 2 and number 7 Houston, 2 in the seeding of the tournament, 5 overall. Cougars, Wildcats win it 79-74 in Kansas City at the T-Mobile Center to win the Big 12 Tournament Conference Championship. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Usually we do our post-game press conferences a little bit later in the third or segment or so, and then towards the end. But the players are at the dais now in Kansas City, so we're going to head back out and hear from Tommy Lloyd and the Wildcats after a 79-74 win over the Houston Cougars.
Okay, Coach Lloyd is here along with Jaden Bradley, Brayden Burries, and Koa Peat. Coach, when you're comfortable, please start us off with some general comments about the game.
Thankful. I want to send thanks out to the Big 12, for hosting a great tournament, for Kansas City, for being a great place to host the tournament. We're getting comfortable here fast, and that's a good thing. These seasons, you kind of break them down into, your early preparation, summer work, fall work, then your kind of your non-conference games, and then your conference season, and then your conference tournament. So, and every one of these, it's a little milestone along the way. I mean, we really wanted to win the Big 12 regular season championship. That was important to us, and I thought our guys did an incredible job of digging deep when we had some injuries and we're playing really thin, and we hit the toughest part of our schedule, and the guys just persevered and found ways to win games and capture the regular season championship. And then you come into the tournament, and then a lot of people have a lot of opinions on how you should handle this. And we felt like our health was good, and you're always knocking on wood with that. And once you put up a bracket and your team's in a kind of a win or go home tournament, I mean, I think the objective's simple. Let's see if we can win it game by game. And these guys did an incredible job of that. And it was quite a ride, the last 3 days. And I'm just really proud of these 3 guys next to me and the guys in the locker room just for being the great people they are and the great competitors and the great players.
Please give us your name and your affiliation. Let's start on the right here on the second row.
Cullen Nathan, GoCougs.com. This one's for all the players. A lot of your buckets came from just straight ball movement and getting open. It seemed like you guys were on one accord. Could you just talk about the team chemistry and trust you have?
You know, we've been playing with each other for a while. You know, each other want the ball, need the ball, but playing against Houston is never easy. So you know you gotta move it, gotta find each other and create plays for others. And you know, Brayden was hitting shots, Cole was getting to the rim, Yvonne was getting to the rim. You know, all our guys contributed tonight.
Yeah, like kind of like what JB said, but we got a lot of guys on the team that can get theirs. You know, and when somebody drives and they got two on them, you know, it makes it easier for the next guy, and then you just make the nice read, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, same thing they said, honestly. they covered it.
I thought we said we couldn't say the same thing. Isn't that clear? We can't say that.
I mean, I'll say, you know, we just have a great group of guys that want everybody to be successful. So, I mean, just making the right plays, making the right reads every time down the court. You know, it's not going to be perfect, but, you know, just playing off each other and just flowing. And Coach put a great offense in for us, so we just play together and hit the open man.
Okay, let's go over here on the second row on the left.
Coach Sam Lance, Field of 68. I mean, this league is an absolute monster. What does it say about your team to win the regular season and now, you know, finish it out with the tournament title?
You know, what I'll say just for me and my experience as a coach, you know, I was at a place where we were kind of on top of the conference, you know, a lot. And then when we got in the Big 12, you know, I learned real quick that we were looking up and chasing a program, and it was Houston. And, you know, not that we were, you know, just, you know, fixated with the chase, but it gave us a great barometer for what we felt like we had to do to improve our program to see if we could put ourselves over the top. So, you know, I'm thankful for Houston and the competition they give us. And listen, I know there's going to be numerous battles in the years to come with that program, and we welcome that. We welcome that, and I'm sure we won't come out on top all the time, you know. So, yeah, I mean, what it says is Arizona basketball is a special program. It always has been, and these guys are, you know, it's their time in the program now, and they're honoring the legacy in a really special way.
Let's go to the front row on the right. Oh,
Hi, Tommy. It's Bruce Pasco, Tucson.com. Regardless, you're saying you're competitors, obviously, but this is a game you're probably going to be a number one seed either way. When JB goes out like that, or you have any twinge of, like, you know, concern of, like, did you even need to be here?
I mean, you hope for the best, and I know how tough JB is. You know, I mean, listen, unfortunate things can obviously happen in those scenarios, but you know, they went in and I think they looked at it real quick, and you know, when the doctor came out with a smile on his face before he said anything to me, I kind of was a little bit relieved. But you know, but at that time, I think we were up, I mean, 14 or 15 or something at that time. So, you know, I'm figuring out how can we manage this game without JB to get over the top and win it. You know, JB helped get us a big lead, and let's see if we can bring it home. I mean, that's just where my mind was.
Okay, let's go to the front row on the left.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Republic. Coach, can you talk about the depth of this team? Because obviously Del Orso had a huge game yesterday, wasn't as much of a factor today. Koa and Brayden really stepped up today when yesterday wasn't really their day. So just, you've got so many guys capable of big games on any given day.
Well, you know, we can, it gives us a good margin for error. You know, where we have so many guys we can count on. And, you know, obviously Koa and Brayden didn't have their best games yesterday, and who knows, for various reasons. I mean, let's give Iowa State probably some credit for that. And then Delhi was incredible. You know, without him, we're not up here right now. And then, you know, Delhi doesn't have the great game today, and Koa and Brayden kind of get it going in the game, and maybe, I think, you know, didn't get off to either a great start. They just kind of hung with it, and then did their damage over the course of the game, and I'm really proud of Brayden. I mean, I think, you know, I haven't seen Brayden shoot too many air balls, and he made a couple of them to start the game, and, you know, for a freshman in this setting to do that and then come out and still end up with, you know, great numbers and over 20 points and hit some huge threes at the end of that first half that kind of allowed us to have that 8-point lead. And then we talked about hitting first in the second half, and we did. We came out and they called a timeout right away after like a 4-0 run, and I think we were able to kind of build a lead that allowed us to kind of withstand the run they made at us.
Let's go to the second row on the right.
Joseph Moosby, GoCooks.com. This is for you, coach, and all the players. We hear President Yormark say this is the second best basketball league in the world after winning the regular season championship and the tournament championship. I was going to ask, how does this competitiveness and going through this gauntlet prepare you and give you confidence going into March Madness coming up?
Well, these guys will tell you it. I mean, we're pretty boring. We're kind of a one game at a time team, and we're gonna get home tonight and probably figure out a good recovery plan, and honestly, we'll figure out who we play tomorrow, and then I'm hoping for a good practice on Tuesday, and we kind of just approach it like that. So I think just staying in the moment. This team's done a great job, and it's something we talk about a lot. Is just not getting. There's nothing to protect in the Big 12 anymore. That's already been accomplished. So now, what's next? Well, what's next is the NCAA tournament, and then we're going to figure out, who's in our crosshairs, and then we'll just focus on that and try to, advance as far as we can in that tournament, one game at a time.
We want some of the players as well. Jaden, you want to give some thoughts?
Just like Coach said, we talk about beginner's mindset a lot. Towards the end of the season, sometimes it's tough. You do the same stuff over and over again, kind of gets boring, but we always come in with a fresh mindset, willing to get better, just want to do the right thing for each other. So that's kind of the mindset we come in with.
Let's go to the. Yeah. Oh, you ready?
We keep it moving. They're just going to say just what he said.
Okay, let's go to the second row on the left.
Brayden and Koa, just what can you guys say about Jaden Bradley, and how much have you guys leaned on his leadership this year?
He's a dog, honestly, but he's a great guy. He's a great leader. He's a great person, and not only is he a great basketball player, but he's really a great person, like outside, off the court. So I'm so thankful for him.
Yeah, I would say the same, honestly. Big 12 player of the year for a reason. Really proud of Jaden. I see him put all the work in. Early mornings, late nights in the gym with TJ and by himself sometimes. So I'm just really proud of Jaden. And like Brayden said, he's a mentor off the court, and I really look up to him. He's one of my best friends I've built my freshman year here at Arizona.
And Tommy, that Ivan stretch, the banked in three, gets downhill twice, had a defensive rebound in there. How huge was that?
I mean, crazy Yvonne. I mean, he's really come on. He's been a good player for us all year, but this last 8 or 10 games, we've counted on a little bit more playmaking for him, and he's fearless. He really is fearless, and he sometimes has gotten him in a little bit of trouble, but you love that attribute in a player. You love a guy who's not afraid of the moment, and these other guys are getting so much attention. Sometimes he becomes the pressure outlet, and he had some good matchups today, especially when Koa was in foul trouble at the 4, and the banking in the 3. I mean, we did bank in 2 shots, so I want to admit there's a little bit of luck in this as well. Let's not act like that those were planned, but you just want to put yourself in position to win, and if you get lucky, I mean, play the hand you're dealt. And we've been on the other side of that other times as well. So Yvonne was great. I mean, when he kind of took over that little stretch of the game there when it got close, and I think Brayden got an and one, and then Yvonne made a couple plays. The next thing you know, we were looking up, it's a 7 or 9 point lead, and we just got to figure out how to close it out.
Let's go to the right side here, about midway back.
Drew Nixon, 96.5 The Fan. Brayden, Coach mentioned you have that air ball, but after the day you had yesterday and just having that air ball, where does that mentality change for you? Is it just as simple as one shot goes in and all of a sudden you get going, or is it the shoot or shoot thing? What exactly is that mindset that you had to just keep on going?
I think it's just, having confidence, believing in the work that you put in. And then, like you said, after the 2 air balls I shot, I came to the bench, Coach came to me, said he still believed in me. I'm just thankful for that. And then teammates came to me, still believed in me, and I was just thankful for them, honestly. And then, the mindset, I just think, was just, a miss. It's either 2 options, either you make it or you miss it, no matter, how close you are. So I just believe in that.
Okay, let's go over here to the left.
Steve Walls, KONN-FM. Coach, JB's been with you since I believe he was a sophomore. Can you talk about his evolution from then into where he is right now?
Yeah, I mean, JB gets a ton of credit. JB's a guy who's always been on the scene. He was a state champion in North Carolina. He goes to a great prep school at IMG. He's a McDonald's All-American, so he's been around the block. And then, no one knows how these careers are going to go. And, he goes to Alabama. I don't think he has a bad experience, He has kind of an up and down freshman year, but he decided it wasn't for him, and we were lucky to get him. And he came to us, and, we were trying to figure out what we were still doing and building our program. And so, he that first year, he played a really important role off the bench for us. And but what he did, he was working behind the scenes, and he really has just refined his game, and he's got some, that shot he hit yesterday, guys, I'm not going to say I've seen him hit it a lot, but I've seen him get to that pull-up going right, and kind of get a little momentum and swing through with that leg, a number of times. So he just has really become a refined basketball player. And for a guy like him, when maybe things don't happen as fast as you want, to be steadfast and continue to work and get better, it says a lot about their character. And this guy's going to play basketball for a lot of years to come, and he's going to have a great career.
Let's go in the back on the right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
JB, from when you transferred from Alabama, can you feel your maturity, the difference between when you first went to Arizona to where you are right now?
For sure. I mean, I knew my path wasn't going to be easy. I had a great time at Alabama. It just wasn't for me. Arizona, was great. I believed in the coaches. They believed in me. They really turned my career around. And just the fundamental piece, coaches always talking about the little details, the swivels, pocket passes. At first you look at them like, I don't want to do that stuff, but it really helps my game, and the small stuff is really gonna help in the long run.
Let's go in the back on the right.
Sean Mahoney, KOLD. Coach, this question for you. You talked about yesterday the figure it out philosophy that you guys have, and I'm wondering if you can speak to kind of this group and how they've embodied it and what you've seen here over these past couple of games with that mindset. Obviously, a tough start to the Iowa State game. You had the Houston stretch here, and there might have been times where other coaches may have decided to call a timeout or switch up schematically, but you kind of let your guys, for lack of better words, figure it out. I just want to see if you can talk about that.
Yeah, I just have so much trust in them. And listen, I don't think it's bad to be on the court, trying to figure it out when things aren't going your way. I think that's really important, because you're only going to play good when things feel like they're going your way. That's just not reality. So our guys are really tough, and they persevere. And I really value those timeouts at the end of the game because they really help. And if we burned them today, the game could have been different, So I have enough trust in these guys to hang with it and to make the plays at the right time. And these guys do a great job, Of course, we call set plays, but a lot of what we do is just concepts. And these guys do a great job putting their own spin, within the concepts, that we have, and kind of that's the figure it out stuff, the beauty of it. And so to me, that's the hardest thing to play against, when you have a team that really isn't just rigid, that there's a looseness to how they play and a randomness to how they play, but they also have a real identity in where their strengths lie. So these guys have that, and and that's why I trust those figure it out moments with these guys, is because I think it's really hard to play against. Hey, we subbed Koa in the game, ran an out of bounds play with we had 11 on the shot clock. Koa did his deal. He got right to one of those little middies in the paint going to his left shoulder. It was a big time play. And these guys, JB figured it out last night at the end of the game. He waved everybody away, and it was his time. And Brayden, just how he's grown with handling these ball screens. He was really good today, playing with pace and coming off those ball screens, and kind of got us a lot of options and created some long rotations for them. And so these guys did an amazing job of figuring it out, and that's a great attribute to have.
Okay, we got time for 2 more questions. Any takers?
Oh, you guys are the best.
Yeah. Okay, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that is your Arizona Wildcats in Kansas City after a 79-74 victory over the Houston Cougars to win the Big 12 Tournament Championship. 520-848-1290. It's Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. I'm David Kelly. Calvin Ifan is here. J.W. Madden. Let's go to our first phone call and hear from Ruben. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hello, buddy. How you doing?
Good, Ruben. How are you?
Oh, what a wonderful day turned out to be, didn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to shout out the coaching staff and the strength coaches, because our team just looks so much stronger. And as the game goes on, you can see the other teams weaken a little bit, and us just seem to get stronger. And I think that plays a big part in these games. We start off a little slow, they get ahead, everybody gets upset and this and that, but our strength pulls through, and I think we wear them down.
I mean, you look at the guard. I think you look at the guards too, Ruben. I mean, we talked about it before, how Brayden at times has fought through hand checks and guys swiping to be able to get the ball up to the rim, and no one is better at that than Jaden Bradley. Taking contact, being able to put his shoulder in or put an arm in to deflect that contact and still be able to get the ball up to the rim. I mean, he is so proficient at taking that pounding in the paint.
I saw a clip last night that epitomizes the strength and conditioning at the University of Arizona. It was a Spurs versus Denver Nuggets game in which Carter Bryant drove baseline, put his shoulder into Joker, and moved him 5 feet backwards, guys. Not to say Carter hasn't put some weight on since then, but Kelvin, as a guy who got a scholarship here to play basketball, transitioned over to the football team, I mean, I think your calves are legendary to this day on campus. Please speak to this particular Arizona Wildcat men's basketball team strength.
I mean, there's no skinny guys. I mean, Dale also was the skinny guy, and he's not skinny anymore. I mean, no, man, this is a physical team. I mean, for you to be able to box with Houston coming in to be a physical team, and Arizona was the more physical team. I mean, you just love to see it, and they can win different styles, but being able to win physical games, defensive games, as we always just say back in the day, defense travels. So that's going to be very important when they get in these tournaments. But, yeah, defense and rebounding and guys that can make shots in big moments.
Anything else, Ruben?
Yes, definitely agree. And you know what? Another thing, these guys must have great parents because our team is top of the line. Humility and the way that they act and the way that they talk seem like real great gentlemen, and that's got to come from the tree.
If you listen to Coach Lloyd, what he says is, we recruit good people who are good basketball players. That's his philosophy.
Definitely. I met Jaden Bradley's dad before, and he's so nice and gave us time and talked with us, and I was telling him how much of a, we're a, I mean, it's a city, but we're a little town for us to have been here for a long time, and that we love his son, and he gave me back the same love, and it's just great to have guys like that around here. Most definitely.
There we go. All right. Hey, Ruben, we appreciate your call. Thank you so much. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's get another break in here. We'll come back. We'll take more of your calls. We'll review our keys to the game. We'll see who beat the book. We'll hand out our Window Depot glass cleaner of the game as well. 79-74, the final. Arizona knocks off Houston to win the Big 12 Tournament Championship. Much more coming up for you. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Thana Ogden Nation.
Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Check them out at ShowtimeCards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway. And discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion.
The Target, 422 Maple Drive. No tripped alarms, no broken windows. While you were sleeping, they made off with $50,000 in equity. And they didn't even use a getaway car.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Don't let termites turn your equity into sawdust. We stop the heist before the damage is done. Call 520-201-2000 for your free termite inspection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, termites.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of five-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care with Mad March savings all month long. Now's the time to save big with big deals on major brand tires like the long-lasting, quiet-riding Michelin Defender 2 and slam dunk savings on automotive repairs with big rebates up to $100. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 convenient locations are ready to assist on your next championship drive. Check out jackfurriers.com for even more savings. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Up your game in a new Buick or GMC from Royal Buick GMC. At Royal, we always deliver a quality vehicle at a great price. Score a great deal with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff and our transparent online pricing. Plus, Royal offers a 72-hour buyback guarantee. Score big at Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. See dealer for details. Royal Buick GMC in the Tucson Auto Mall or RoyalTucson.com.
In Tucson, Cool Willie's knows desert dust, dirt, and debris are the #1 AC killers when the heat hits. That's why our signature tune-up is the best way to get your system summer ready. Right now, we're offering a preseason AC reset, a deep internal clean where our technicians remove built-up dust, restore airflow, and prep your home before temperatures spike. First-time customers get their preseason AC reset for just $39, normally $129. Appointments fill fast before the first heat wave. Go to coolwillies.com and click Book Now.
Family outgrowing your car? Hughes Federal Credit Union can help you get the car you want and the rate you need. Hughes is one of the only financial institutions in the country that doesn't switch loan rates based on a qualified buyer's credit score. That means you get our one-rate guarantee regardless of your credit score. We promise. When it's time for your next new or used car, Hughes is here to take you further. Check out our low rates on hughesfcu.org/auto and apply today. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Are you planning a home renovation? Getting quotes on windows, doors, cabinets, countertops, or flooring? Before you commit, visit the Window Depot and make sure you're not overpaying. The Window Depot is your one-stop shop for top quality products at the lowest prices. We're locally owned and operated with no installers and no middlemen, so you save big. Perfect for DIYers, contractors, and homeowners. Visit a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez at Meridian Wealth Management. And one of the hardest things I witness is when someone passes and they hadn't updated their beneficiaries properly beforehand. We all experience change in our lives, marriage, divorce, kids, and we work very hard for what we have. Leaving your legacy exactly the way you desire is important. This is your reminder to review all of your beneficiary designations today and at least annually. Seek guidance if you need it. Call our office at 520-719-1433 for more information.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Morning begins in the Rincon Foothills. Rocking K, a master planned community and place to call home, offering distinct neighborhoods designed to fit your lifestyle. Explore the outdoors, walk the trails, visit Saguaro National Park. Enjoy community parks and make new friends at Rocking K resident events. Walk to Vail School District's newest campus in Rocking K, Saguaro Creek. 17 model homes, 6 quality builders, move-in ready homes available from the 300s. Rocking K, designed by nature. A community by design.
Coach, Tommy Lloyd here with the Right Way team.
Great news. Free furnace season has been extended through the end of March. Have you been thinking about replacing your heating and cooling system this year? To spark business, we're giving away an 80% gas furnace or a heat pump air handler with the purchase of a new air conditioning system.
And we're offering up to 60 months no interest financing, manufacturer and energy efficiency rebates, and 10-year parts and labor warranty.
Call or text 520-200-2422 to book your free estimate today or visit rightwayac.com.
If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Peat drives the lane, lean in, shot banked and goes. Strong move for Koa Peat. Now a timeout Houston. Kelvin Sampson has seen enough right now. You love the aggressiveness.
No, you really do. You could see Koa Peat likes the matchup tonight. He understands he has the physical advantage, and you knew he was going to bounce back. You know, even though yesterday he did a nice job of facilitating, doing other things, they need him to score. They need him to be aggressive, and today he stepped up his game.
Yeah, Wildcats jumped right out in that second half, got a couple quick buckets for Ivan Karchinkov, and that layup by Koa Peat, and Kelvin Sampson had to put a stop to things. That was the start of a big run to begin that second half. The Wildcats took their 8-point lead quickly up to 15 and would be able to hold off a charge by the Cougars, the defending Big 12 tournament champions, to win it 79-74 today in Kansas City.
One storyline we haven't really talked about is, Koa was down to Houston and Arizona.
Yeah.
And he didn't play in that first game, Kelvin. So not like that. I mean, obviously, he has to have nothing but respect for Coach Sampson. And, you want to play well in those games. You want to play well with that team, who was right up there with Arizona as you might be your landing spot in college. Out of respect, if nothing else. So I was not surprised, Kelvin Ifon, at all today that Koa Peat showed up.
No, me either, man. I mean, again, you get that extra motivation because it's down to the last two people, and the things that were said when they were recruiting you and how much they revered him and really wanted him on their team. So when you get a chance to play against them, you want to show them they was right, but. I'm just doing it for somebody else. Yeah, you was right about me, but I'm doing it for University of Arizona, which happens to be my home state.
The only reason I even say that during that is because after that highlight, when it happened in real time, I turned to Paige and I was like, what Kelvin Sampson's thinking right now? That could have been our offensive rebound and putback. You know what I'm saying? Like that had to have been the thought, was just how dominant Koa was in that, straight line drive, Kelvin, from basically they like that thing where Koa's trailing, he's the last player up the court, and they'll flip the ball to him at the top of the key. And if nobody's right in front of him, or if there's a semi-wide open lane, that gives him the freedom to just get downhill and get to the lane, or drive his defender back and stop for that little 8-foot shot. So really effective.
Yeah, he's looking right at that high-low, and if that big man is down, he attacks the bucket.
Great job by the Wildcats in this game to take away Houston's top three guard scorers. Kingston Flemings went just 3 for 12. Milo Shuzon 3 for 9, and Emmanuel Sharp 3 for 9. So those three combined to shoot just 30% in this game. And it was like Jay Billis said, they took away the guards and said, if JoJo Tugler can beat us, then let him try to beat us. And he stepped up to the plate and had a phenomenal game. But, the games, you go back to last year's game that they lost because, guys like Uzan made shots. And they didn't get those big shots, enough of those big shots from their guards in this game.
By the way, Joseph Tugler's scored 5 more points this day than he had all year.
Yeah.
20 points. His previous high this year was 15.
Right.
Last year, his high was 17. I'll have to go freshman. But that very well, those 20 points, guys, looks to me like that was a career high. So that he kind of turned into a bit of an offensive power forward, especially those little flip hooks, those little half hooks, Kelvin, almost like he shoots it going up, like halfway on the way up, as opposed to at the apex of his jump. Really effective, especially with the shot blockers. Like, Krivas got a few. But Tugler, at one point in that game, I think there was a stretch of like 10 possessions where Tugler must have scored on 5 of those.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from Bob. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hey, how you doing? I called in the other day about the 10-0 plus runs against Arizona, and we got another one today. But we've come back and we worked our stuff that we know how to do now, and we withstood it.
That's still hard to believe. That's only the second time that's happened this year.
Yes, it is. And Coach Lloyd has taught the boys that figure it out, and they've done that, and I'm so proud of those young men.
Yeah, it's great to watch those guys on the court figuring it out for themselves, isn't it, Bob? And not having to constantly look to the sidelines for instructions.
Yeah, I remember Luke Olson doing that too. He would let the guys come and do their stuff that they knew how to do, but Luke didn't like to call times out too many times. So I figured that was figure it out yourself too there.
Yeah, Koa Peat did a great job of attacking the basket, I thought, in this game at the offensive end. We saw the aggressive Koa Peat today, and we don't always necessarily see that, but we did today, and that was it came at the right time for this team when they needed it.
Yeah, it was. And I'm glad that Jaden Bradley's not hurt, that he can't play anymore, that he came back in and
we'll keep our
did a
fingers
good job at the end.
We'll keep our fingers
Yeah, it
crossed.
looks like he had a bit of a soft cast on, right,
Yeah.
on that offhand, non-shooting hand, I think it was. So, yeah, I mean, time will tell. We just talked in the pregame, guys, about how the availability reports and gamesmanship, Kelvin. I mean, I'm sure we'll get all the information that we can, and I'm sure regardless, how tough he is. He's going to play through it if he can. That's not going to stop him. Lower leg stuff's tough because obviously so much cutting and pushing off. But if it's your offhand, if you can tape those two fingers together, Kelvin, and, find a way to dribble the ball through it, he's going to be out there for 35 minutes.
What did he do that hurt it? Because I haven't seen the game yet. I had to listen to it on the radio.
Well, he was defending. I can't remember if it was an offensive player or defensive player.
Yeah, it was offensive.
Okay, so he had the ball and he was trying to get past. I think it was Sharp. Was the defender, and Sharp stepped forward and Bradley swiped his arm past Tugler and it hit him right on the kneecap. So it was like back of hand to a kneecap connection. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that he's not going to be out, and we look forward to the next game coming up, and one game at a time for Arizona.
There you go. One game, hopefully on the road in 6 to win a title.
Yes.
Bob, hey, we appreciate your call. Thank you.
Thank you.
520-848-1290. That opens up a line for you to get in on the program. Time to hand out our Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game Award for today. And let's see. Nobody in double-digit rebounds today. Ivan Karchinkov had 7, all at the defensive end. Peat had 6. Motias Krivas had 6. 5 for Toby Awaka. And I said, I think I got to go with the Krivas at the end. Again, he had that huge rebound late in the game that was so critical, much like he did the night before. So I'm going to go with, I think that was his own, they only had 9 offensive rebounds in the game, and that was one of them to get that extra possession. So I'm going to go with Motias Krivas again. Kelvin.
Pete only played 27 minutes, and he got 7 boards. 6 boards and 3 offensive, man, and I thought that was huge. I think I'm going to go with Pete today.
Cool, Pete. JW Madden.
Well, I mean, I don't want a 3-way tie 2 days in a row. I think the biggest rebound of the game by far was Mo's offensive rebound. In traffic, he tracked that too. If you watch the replay from behind the from behind the backcourt, watching, looking into the front court, you could tell that because a baseline jumper, right, and he had 2 guys around him, but he tracked that rebound. That wasn't a positional rebound. So that was certainly the biggest rebound of the game. Koa had some big offensive rebounds. Karchenkov had some good rebounds down the stretch as well. But, yeah, I'll go with Mo today. That was the biggest rebound of the game.
Motias Krivas is your Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the game. Window Depot, lowest prices, biggest inventory. Shop thewindowdepot.com. 79-74, number 2, Arizona over number 5, Houston to win the Big 12 Tournament Championship in Kansas City. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. We will also hear from Kelvin Sampson and some of the Cougars as we go along. Kelvin Ifan is here along with JW Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit cactusauto.com.
Why do I spend so much time educating our youth about financial wellness? I have seen the fire ignite inside of young adults when I show them how the power of compound investing can change their futures. This is Natalie Fernandez at Meridian Wealth Management, and I'm committed to affecting change with our youth. An idea for all of you listening today, gift a Roth IRA contribution for the holidays or birthdays for your kids and grandkids. Contact our office at 520-719-1433 for guidance and details. The change begins with us.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto, professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
It's a full court press this March at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Join our $1 million March Mania promotion for your shot at $1 million with your bracket picks. Or win $100,000 with a perfect prop card. Now through April 6th. Swipe your Club Soul card daily for a free drawing entry. Plus, every 200 slot and table points is an additional entry. Then join us April 6th for the grand finale drawing. Only at Casino del Sol, an enterprise of the Pasquayaki tribe.
So, what is it that scares you the most?
The blue trucks from Essential Pest Control, Doctor. They leave bugs belly up.
I use one of those national companies.
Thanks, Doc. Those guys don't scare me.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Buy local and stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is in the air and our warm temperatures are about to turn hot. Now is the time to take advantage of pre-summer savings before the hot summer weather. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is offering 5-year, no-interest financing on the installation of green HVAC systems, OAC. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748, or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Hey homeowners, are you ready to chill out and go green? Goodfellas Air Conditioning can help. Introducing our latest lineup of energy-efficient systems featuring the new R32 refrigerant. It's cooler, greener, and better for the planet. You'll enjoy lower energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Not a fan of change? Goodfellas has a surplus of reliable R410 systems available. Unsure about what system you have or have questions? Give us a call for a free inspection. Goodfellas Air Conditioning, keeping it cool, keeping it green, and always keeping you comfortable.
Ready to update your kitchen? Create a spa-inspired bathroom or a backyard oasis? Put the equity in your home to work for you with a home equity line of credit from Hughes. Borrow between $10,000 and $250,000 and enjoy flexible terms and no prepayment penalties. With Hughes Federal Credit Union's one-rate guarantee, there's no switching rates based on your credit score. All our members get our same low rate. Learn more at hughesfcu.org/HELOC. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Certain restrictions apply.
Everyone loves a backyard barbecue, but who has the time? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire in Oro Valley and Catalina. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and our neighbors for years, and we still get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. In Oro Valley, you'll discover bold, smoky brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and many creative dishes paired with local craft beers on tap and specialty cocktails. Fork and Fire, your neighborhood backyard barbecue, where great food meets good times and strong community. Join us today at Fork and Fire, Oro Valley, and in Catalina.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, a full wrap-up of today's Wildcats contest. Top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Tommy Lloyd, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Cats up 57-44. Get the ball right in the lane. Krivas jump hook, and that rolls in for Mo.
Mo Krivas showing the soft touch there, going over that left shoulder, right hand jump hook on along the baseline.
Wildcats had the big lead at that point, 15 points, and they needed every single one of those 15 points because the Houston Cougars crawled back with a 14-zip run to get back to within 1 point.
Yeah, that was a 59-44.
Yeah.
And then it was 58-59. So they scored the next 14 points after that bucket.
Guys, what did you like about the way that they pulled it back together after that? Kelvin.
I mean, again, at this point of the season, man, you know, I guess I kind of expect it. It's the defense. You have to get some stops. The other team is making shots. Your shots are not falling. You can't panic, and they didn't panic. Their coach didn't panic. Their leader didn't panic. So the team don't panic. They believe that they can figure out a way to get it done, and that's what I see from this group, man. Just a mental toughness. I mean, you go up and down. There's a maturity about all these guys. I mean, you see these freshmen that are in the starting lineup, but they're playing some of the best basketball of their lives right now. I mean, 12-7 from Karchinkov. I mean, again, 21 and 6 and 21 and 2 boards and a few assists from Burries, man. That just tell you right there, it's a young group, but there's a maturity when it comes to keeping their poise and trying to figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah, it was the young guys who responded. Obviously, the defense had something to do with it, but Burries hit a 2 and 1, and then Karchenkov had a bucket, had a 3-pointer, and then an and 1, right? So it was like Burries, Karchenkov was the next scoring run, and they went from being up by 15 to being up by 1 at 59-58. And then before you looked back up again, it was 71-62, guys. So they kind of responded to that 12-0 run by Houston with a big run of their own. I think it was 9-1 or something. And that's how you got to understand. I mean, that's Houston. I mean, not only, Kelvin always talks about the pride of other teams, pride of other programs, pride of other countries, other programs. But, Houston has all those things, and they're a top 5 team in the country. So,
Right.
of course, they're going to make their run. You just got to not get a deer in the headlights kind of thing going on. You got to not panic and just, trust your fundamentals, trust your game plan, and just get back to it. And that's the worst thing, Kelvin, you can do. When everything's going wrong, they're making every bucket every time down the court. You can't find a way. You're turning the ball over. You can't find a way to get it in. That's a time where everybody has to come together. It's all 5 guys who respond to runs like that, and they responded as they have all year.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can give us a call. You can give us a text. You can check in on our app. Download the app. In fact, text the word app to 520-848-1290. We'll send you a link so you can download the app. You can hear all of the play-by-play with Brian Jeffries. We were able to sync up his call with the video. That's up on our Twitter page from last night. The game-winning shot by Jaden Bradley. Head on over there. And so you'll have a chance to see it and hear it all as it was happening. And you can communicate with us through the app. You can communicate with us by text. You can communicate with us by audio. You can record yourself talking Arizona baseball and send us that audio. We'll play it on the air. Or you can send a video. Hold your camera up and say, hey, here's what I thought of the game tonight. Send us the video. We will also play that on the air, too. Let's hear from Howie. You're on Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Yeah, David, I was going to send you a Valentine's Day card.
Oh, wow.
Is that eligible?
That's a month ago now, Howie. That was February 14th, not March 14th.
I know. I just,
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for St. Patrick's Day.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I was at this bar here in Salem like several years ago, and I don't know what the politically correct terminology was. It was a bar restaurant, and they found this, let's call it like a height challenge guy, and they had him dressed up as like a whatever it is, a munchkin or whatever, and they put him on top of the bar, and he was just singing. It was the weirdest thing.
Leprechaun?
It was really strange. Hey, you know what? But the only weird thing, it's hard to complain or say anything negative about, a win like that. But for the world of me, I don't know why Bradley tried to take that layup.
Yeah.
He said, drained the clock. He had Ivan underneath there. He could have just turned the corner and ran in front of Ivan and just wasted more time.
Yeah. I had planned to ask Kelvin about this because as much praise as we give for the Big 12, player of the year, there were two plays in the last minute. Number one, Kelvin, when he crosses half court and picks the ball up right where a double's coming and you got the half court line. I mean, that's something you teach freshman ball handlers. Don't do that. Don't pick up your dribble right across the half court line because the two defenders can turn that into a third defender. Now you've been triple teamed, right? He did that with about a minute plus. And that layup attempt, now, in the mind, we understand the thought process. We go up 5 here. Let's keep pushing it. But I think he took that 6 seconds off the shot clock, something like that. And that late in the game, you'd like to see him maybe pull it out a little bit and run a little bit more clock.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to get up right there. He wasn't expecting something to go wrong right there. I think the one turnover happened because his hand was hurt. That's what I think. I think it was, you're thinking about your hand, but you're thinking about what you're supposed to do, but something else is on your mind because you're hurting right there. And he picked the ball up when usually he probably would have been dribbling with his left hand. It was on the left side. And the sideline was there. He picked it up and didn't realize that they were, coming over for a trap. So, yeah, that was a couple tough plays. But, when I think about it, I look at him and he comes back in that game, clearly something is wrong because he was balling. He was putting the ball in the basket, and all of a sudden in the second half, he's making a couple turnovers. He's not he wasn't able to score the ball, so something was wrong. But he was tough enough to get over it and figure out a way, to help this team get over the hump.
Yeah, I just mean since Howie brought up nitpicking, if we're going to nitpick one thing about the Big 12 Player of the Year is it's not this game, but there have been several games, especially when they get late game pressure, when a team has not full court pressed. Turning the ball over is fine. It's the dribbling the ball to a sideline when you're going to get doubled, picking the ball right over half court when you can get double, triple teamed. Those kind of decisions, obviously, we all know Jaden Bradley is an incredibly intelligent person. He makes smart decisions game in, game out. It's just those late game, Kelvin, situations. And, your primary senior ball handler, you want to make sure that he's making smart decisions late, especially when you're in a 4-point, 5-point game where a turnover with 45 seconds left could swing the momentum the entire other way. They get a 3, whatever. So you want to make sure you just take really good care of the ball late in a game, especially when you're, only up by one possession.
There's another couple weird things, but I'm only basing this on what I heard yesterday, that Burries might have some type of thumb problem. Those 2 air balls in the beginning of the game that he took, those 3-pointers, attempted 3-pointers, that was really un-Burries-like. But then I was really happy to see that he shook that off and started playing his game at the end. He's a
rhythm shooter, Kelvin. So, we've seen Burries get on a streak, right? And, when he shoots, he's got such a nice form. But I'm talking off dribble. What we saw was a couple of air balls. But when that first 3 went down and the next 3 he took was pure from the baseline, and then he had that little 2-dribble pull-up from about 8-9 feet right in the middle of the lane, all 3 of those, Kelvin, or rhythm jumpers off the bounce. And that idea of like Burries is really crafty with it. You could tell he studies Cade. You could tell he studies Devin Booker because he's got a very similar tight handle in short spaces. But when he's off a rhythm bounce and he rises up into his jump shot, I always think it's going to go in at this point. And when the first one goes in, Kelvin, you know the next few are going to go, and that's just the kind of shooter he is.
Yeah. And did you see Dell also try to do Jaden Bradley's shot? Did you see him reenact the shot?
I did, yeah.
That was so funny to me.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, man.
That was late shot. That was like 2 or 3 seconds on the shot clock. I think you kind of had to take that, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he had to go that way and fade all the way to the right corner just in the same spot.
Didn't Koa do something similar? Because, like, there was that handoff out of bounds where they had the ball out of bounds with 5 seconds on the shot clock, and they passed the ball into Koa, and he faked like he was going to go to the top of the key, and he sprinted baseline and did a little bit of baseline fadeaway kind of shot as well, yeah.
You know, a lot of pure shooters are like that. They're like some, great golfers that shank the ball for a little while, and then they get up because they're out of rhythm for some reason, mental condition, or something, and then they'll come back and then they'll have a great golf game, and that's kind of like how Del Orso and Burries kind of are. When they're in rhythm, man, you can't stop them.
I think modern basketball is pretty easy to understand, Howie, in that they drill specific situations. So what Burries has drilled, Kelvin, thousands and thousands of times is if I've got a ball screen on my left shoulder, I'm going to inside-out dribble with my right and then step back into a three. So that ball, that's just 2 dribbles, 1 dribble down, a little bit of momentum looking like I'm going to go to the left, Kelvin, and inside-out dribble back to the right for a step back. That kind of practice, they do those practice sessions pretty often, and especially when you're tired, right, Kelvin? Mm-hmm. Like late after practice, you do like maybe 10 of these from one corner, 10 of these from another corner, and that's what I mean about rhythm. I think he's so prepared, and that's his muscle memory is off of a particular dribble move and rising up to a shot. That's some NBA stuff. That's what the best NBA players are practicing, those tight little situational dribbles. And so Brayden Burries you can tell he has a feel for those rhythm shots where he's practiced it so many times. It's not like he's making it up on the fly, Kelvin. Those are moves when he rises up into a jump shot. Those are moves he's been practicing endlessly for the past 5-6 years.
Yeah, I remember an interview with Michael Jordan, and a lot of people thought that, it's just a natural talent. But then he was talking about how many, shots he's taken over his life. And it was just some god-awful a lot. You know what I mean?
The biggest sicko ever in U of A history was Gil, right? Because the stories are that when he was here as a freshman, especially, he used to get the keys and 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m. Like he's in the gym every single night, shooting up 1,000 3-pointers. So some guys, Kelvin, it's like you make a challenge to yourself. Like I'm gonna make 20 in a row, and I can't leave here until I make 20 in a row, or something like that. Those little internal challenges you give yourself. And the best shooters, I mean, Steph Curry watched his dad Dell practice, and he developed those same practice habits. So. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah, for me, I had to leave after I missed 20 in a row.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's different.
We
got to get you back in Richard Jefferson gym. Kelvin and I are going to take you down there, and we're not going to leave till you make 20 in a row.
They made me leave after I missed 20 in a row.
I think it's true in every sport. The 2 things is you have to start out, look at Tiger Woods. He had a club in his hand when he was a little boy. And then, if you ever studied pool shooters from the Philippines, those guys are some of the best in the world. They lock themselves in this room and they just shoot a zillion games against each other. That's all they do, because they want to be like champions, like the magician, Reyes. The guy made some incredible shots. Well, hell, that's all he did was play pool his whole life.
Howie, appreciate it. We got to get some other callers. Appreciate your call. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks. It was fun. Bear down.
Absolutely. Bear down. Let's hear from Bosch. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hey, so I was born and raised in Tucson. I am a Wildcat. I was 5 years old the first time I was in Bear Down Gym and basketball game. The first time was the Harlem Globetrotters, and the second time was Arizona basketball. And I've been a Wildcat fan since '67. So, a couple things. There's a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, on Thursday I was driving up. I don't live in Kansas City, but I live in several. I have to be in several different Midwestern cities on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. So I was in Springfield, and I was able to come up on Thursday, and I unfortunately had to be on a conference call where I had to listen to somebody else talk, but I had your interview pregame with that Arizona Republic reporter.
Oh, Michelle
I was
Gardner.
really kind of impressed. I was pretty impressed with her until it felt like she had to defend ASU athletics. Because
did you hear her throw in there? She's talking about like Arizona's basketball success, and she had to throw in like ASU football from 2 years ago. Yeah, had to.
Right. So, and basically, she was you or somebody asked her to compare the two programs, and that was where she lost me, because I can destroy her argument with facts. That the two athletic programs are not equal right now.
I think the question was about NIL money. DK asked her compare the two programs and how much NIL money they're spending. And she said, well, it just depends. I mean, more on football for ASU, more on basketball for Arizona, but equal. It was her comment was equal spending for NIL across all the different programs is what she said.
I understand. Then she went on to kind of talk about specific sports that it sounded more like she kind of moved off of NIL. I just had to laugh. I mean, I thought it was a great interview. I was very impressed. But that last little bit was like, yeah, I don't know that that's factual. Anyway, so I saw Arizona play from 5 rows back during the Big 12. I happened to be in the city they were in, got a ticket. Brayden Burries did not look okay Thursday afternoon, and he looked half a step slow today. So I was in section 109 in the first row. I had amazing seats, and it's not when you know that when you see in person, that's why scouts go and see people in person. It's different than on tape and on TV.
Oh yeah.
He's not well. I don't know if it's lower body. I don't know if he's still got fighting. Maybe he's got some secondary infection from the bronchitis. He's a half a step slow. I think he actually hurt himself on the glass floor on Thursday, and it's not being talked about because he did slip a couple of times.
We did see a wrap.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, we did see a wrap around the calf and the ankle yesterday at one point. Right. So that was a speculation. And then I guess somebody said to Brian that he was, like you said, some kind of secondary infection, that he definitely was under the weather. But that's why it's even more impressive that he put up the 21 points today.
And that's what I was going to say. You know, the air balls, I was like not surprised because he just doesn't look right. That is one tough kid. Those are all tough kids. I enjoyed this year so much seeing Toby Awaka play 3 times in person up close. That man is a man.
Isn't he?
He is a real man. And it just he's got such joy and energy. Anyway, the last thing was I was surrounded this afternoon by Houston fans. And I kept saying, I keep hearing there's a run coming, and when they went on that 14-0 run or 14-1 run, in the middle of that, when Tommy called timeout, all I heard was, yeah, it's typical Arizona, soft. And I was like, you guys have not been paying attention. That's not this team. These guys are closers. And they were like, yeah, sure. So I said, all right, I got a deal for you. We were still up like 7 or 8. I said, I can cover 10 of you, $20 each, that we're going to win this game. You guys are going to lose. And nobody would take it. I said, here's the deal. It's going to be so hard because of our defense. I said, if you tie or go ahead, you have a chance. But I don't think you're going to have enough gas because sometimes it's so hard to climb back in that you get even and then you fall back. We've seen it so many times. I said, I don't think you're going to have enough gas. I said, if we tie, I'll buy beers for 5 each. You figure out which 5. I go, if you tie. And when they got it to 1, I just said, watch this. It's going to extend. These guys are closers. I was in the first row. when we got it to 11.9 seconds and the outcome was not in doubt,
Yeah.
I turned around and went, it's all bear down, baby, and looked everyone in the eye. Because I was the only Wildcat fan among about 25 guys. And half of them weren't University of Houston fans. They were just like NCAA tournaments. I've been to regionals, and, you know, the underdog, and Houston was the underdog. They were the number, you know, the number 2 seed. They just decided to be Houston fans, even though they were BYU or
I think more anti-Arizona
Kansas
fans.
City.
Like, don't you have enough Wildcats? Like, can't you give somebody else a title this year? I'll tell you this
I know.
much, Bosch. In modern times, if other fans are talking trash to you in that manner, it means they respect you, and it means they respect your program. Because otherwise,
100%.
I don't think about you at all, right? Like, otherwise, they would just shrug and look the other way. So there's a mutual respect. We know the mutual respect between Coach Sampson and Coach Lloyd, between all of them, all of the teams that we've seen, you know, recently. They're like McCaslin, for instance. So, yeah, I mean, when you're sitting around a bunch of Houston fans and they're talking about Arizona soft, they know better. I mean, anybody who's watched this Arizona team this year knows this very well might be the toughest team in all of America.
Well, and that was the thing. I knew it was respect. So I was driving home. I also had to make phone calls, so I couldn't talk to you guys, give you a report. But I heard Tommy talking about that it wasn't McHale North, that it was pretty quiet. And I don't know what happened yesterday because I could not get back to Kansas City. I will tell you today, that was 70% of McHale North in Vegas.
Really?
It wasn't 100%, but it was loud and it was strong.
Wow.
And nobody left the arena. That arena was full until they cut down the nets. I would say 70% full. It was really loud when they went up on that dais and the ESPN person was interviewing them. Inside the building, it was crazy loud.
You know
It
what's
was
funny
amazing.
is last night was a attendance record, right? 19,000, you said, DK?
Yeah.
Right.
The listed attendance for tonight's was 11,696. So that means 8,000 Iowa State Cyclones
Kansas
fans decided not to come. I think that's probably what happened there.
Let me leave you with this. So I got up to Kansas City in time to catch the second half of the Texas Tech Iowa State game. And Iowa State fans are not respected at all in Kansas City by other schools or by Kansas City natives. They consider them whiny. They consider them very, very picky. I had about 12 people come up to me, my age and older, 50s, 60s, 70s, say they were all Texas Tech fans. Beat Iowa State tomorrow. Please win today and beat Iowa State tomorrow. One lady was in a walker, using a walker. I go, how old are you? And she goes, 85. And I went, damn, you're old enough to be my mom. Just barely. All right, I'll do my best. I'll suit up. We'll beat Iowa State. They said, we can't stand how whiny they are. Oh, it's just awful. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny.
Bosch, where are you driving to now?
I'm heading back to Springfield.
Okay.
And then I got to and I'll be in South Dakota, and then I'll be in Tucson for a day in a couple of months. But just, I have a life of professional nomadship.
Well, make sure wherever you are on Friday that you're near a phone and you can call back for our next postgame.
All right. I mean, unfortunately, I can't be in San Diego or San Jose.
Yeah.
But I might be in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
If we get that. I don't know if I can get a ticket, but I'll just go there to hang out.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I had people
for sure.
do that in '97. I had friends that were there that didn't go to the game, but were in Indianapolis in '97. We're due. We are due. It is time.
It is time for sure. Hey,
And Tommy's the perfect coach. God loves that man. He is so awesome.
He is. Bosch, hey, we appreciate your call. Drive safe.
All right, I'll check back in once in a while.
Please do.
Bear
Please
down.
do. Great stuff there. Bosch on the road.
Bear down.
Bear down. Go Cats. On the road from Kansas City back to Springfield, Missouri. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Before we go to break, let's find out who beat the book tonight, as nobody beat the book last night. So somebody has to beat it tonight.
Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to find out how we bet the book and if we beat the book. Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, Arizona wins it 79-74. The Wildcats were a 1.5-point favorite, so U of A covers the spread with a 5-point win tonight. Your over-under was 138. 79-74 equals 153, so it's the over on that tonight. Everybody took the Wildcats and laid the points, so that's a win for everyone on that side of the coin. J-Dub and Kelvin took the under, thinking maybe a little bit more of a defensive battle. I went with the over, so I'll get the dub on that one and extend the lead just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, I don't think anybody in the country except for you thought it would go over. Just like because the intensity of the Big 12 final and the way these two teams played, Kelvin, I was so impressed with the shot making, just like last night. I mean, Iowa State and Arizona, some of the shot making, especially down that stretch, was elite. Some of the shot making today, guys, it didn't matter if it banked in or not. I mean, timely buckets and the percentages. I mean, 44 for Houston doesn't sound great. 46 for Arizona doesn't sound like jump off the page. But these are two teams that hold their opponents, in the 30s. So incredible offensive, not the most pretty offensive game we've seen from two teams, but relative to the defenses, Kelvin, yeah, there was a lot of really good, solid offense. And one thing we haven't talked about yet, 2 turnovers for Arizona in that first half, Kelvin. I mean, they, against that pressure of defense from the Cougars and what Coach Sampson is trying to do, just really, really clean.
And they ended with just 8 on the game, 6 in the second half. It was, from that standpoint, both teams only had 8 turnovers, so it was relatively clean game from that perspective. All right, that's what happened on Beat the Books. 4 out of 6. We'll take it after an 0-6 semifinal.
Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Coach, Tommy Lloyd here with the Right Way team.
Great news. Free furnace season has been extended through the end of March. Have you been thinking about replacing your heating and cooling system this year? To spark business, we're giving away an 80% gas furnace or a heat pump air handler with the purchase of a new air conditioning system.
And we're offering up to 60 months no interest financing, manufacturer and energy efficiency rebates, and 10-year parts and labor warranty.
Call or text 520-200-2422 to book your free estimate today or visit rightwayac.com.
If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Wildcat fans, where do you go when the final buzzer sounds? You don't head home. You head to Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies, Tucson's home court for great food, craft beer, and nonstop fun. At Roadies, you can bowl, throw an axe, play arcade games, or grab a burger while the next game plays on the massive screens. Then, catch the newest movies right next door at Roadhouse Cinemas with luxury recliners and full in-seat dining. Game days, movie nights, anytime. Make it a win at Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies on the corner of Grant and Swan.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing?
Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Morning begins in the Rincon foothills. Rocking K, a master-planned community and place to call home, offering distinct neighborhoods designed to fit your lifestyle. Explore the outdoors, walk the trails, visit Saguaro National Park. Enjoy community parks and make new friends at Rocking K resident events. Walk to Vail School District's newest campus in Rocking K, Saguaro Creek. 17 model homes, 6 quality builders, move-in ready homes available from the 300s. Rocking K, designed by nature. A community by design.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Thana Ogden Nation.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
It's Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet, and supplier pricing is going on right now. That means huge savings on some of our most popular vehicles. Get up to $12,475 off the 2026 Silverado LD, up to $7,500 off the 2025 Blazer EV, and up to $2,500 off the 2026 Traverse. Truck Month is happening now, so don't miss out. Find us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet. My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is in the air and our warm temperatures are about to turn hot. Now is the time to take advantage of pre-summer savings before the hot summer weather. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is offering 5-year, no-interest financing on the installation of green HVAC systems, OAC. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748, or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Hand it back to Flemings and to Tugler. Wants to drive inside right into Krivas. Ball knocked away. Gets it back. Blocked by Peat. Off the glass. Koa gathers it in.
Big time play on the defensive end there by Koa Peat as he recovered there quickly to help out Mo Krivas with a big time block.
And Bradley to inbound. He'll go to Koa. Koa puts it on the floor. Spin move on Sanak. Lay it up and good.
Koa Peat staying in attack mode here early in his second half. Able to take that contact and finish.
That's what I like to see from Koa Peat, being aggressive to the basket. 7 of 15 from the field, 7 of 11 from the line. The Wildcats, I mean, that was really the difference in this game when you look at the numbers anyway, was the fact that the Wildcats were 23 of 27 from the line to Houston's 10 of 14
Well,
game.
I said it earlier. Joseph Tugler was their inside presence.
Yeah.
And Joseph Tugler was putting his shots up mid-jump. Like, Joseph Tugler was getting that ball at the rim, Kelvin, quicker than the shot blocker could come over. If you go up to your apex, much more likely to get fouled in the act of shooting. Everything else is jump shots. We know Houston's offense, Kelvin, is based mostly around their guards getting busy. And as you said, DK, the guards for Houston did not shoot well, and Arizona's whole MO is going to the rim, shooting, making more free throws than their opponent's attempt. That's pretty much par for the course. So not surprising because of the makeup of Houston more than anything. And, Tugler could have gotten fouled if he had maybe looked for that contact, but he wasn't looking for contact. He was looking for a quick finish.
520-848-1290 is the number to get on the phone and give us a call. If you're on the lines, hang on. We want to head back out to Kansas City real quick and hear from Ivan Karchinkov and Anthony Delorso with Mackenzie Hamilton.
Ivan, Telly, you guys are Big 12 tournament champions. Describe this moment.
Unbelievable. I was saying another one. A year ago, me, JB, Tobe, Krivas, we experienced the other side of this, and it's the worst feeling to be able to come back here and beat the team that beat us. It's unbelievable.
Did you carry that emotion into today's game?
You try not to. It's a whole new year, and we got a whole new bunch of guys and the special group, and I'm just happy to be here again and have that chance to, redeem ourselves.
Ivan, describe this moment for you, especially with your family here.
It's great. My family come here overseas, and we're going one for one and everywhere. Just feels great,
You guys both stepped up big various moments during this tournament play. Can you talk about the depth of this team? I know we do so often, but what did you see specifically this week?
Yeah, that's something that we've had all year. People don't notice that. Guys do their own thing and kind of, we call it do your own job, and everyone kind of has their role and they do it to their best of their ability, and that's something that gets us a team win.
Ivan, what have you seen?
Yeah, everybody playing their role. And when someone doesn't play his role to the best, someone else can step up and jump into that role. But the other one will still support and do whatever he can.
32 wins for you guys now. Big 12 regular season champs, now Big 12 tournament champs. What's next for this team? Ivana, start with
you. Is what?
National title. That's the last one.
You don't want to look too far. We're going to go game by game. But obviously, the national title is the goal.
I like it. Congratulations, guys. Enjoy tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. That was Ivan Karchinkov along with Anthony Delorso. Ivan in the ball game, 12 points, 7 rebounds. And Anthony, maybe not the night he had last night, but 1 for 4. Had a couple of free throws, finished with 4 points, had an assist.
4
as well
shots,
in 22
Kelvin.
minutes.
4 shots. 4 shots. That means he wasn't really looking for it, but he tested it out a couple times. But he knew this was one of the games. Now, and Houston was doing a good job because I seen Usain was all over him. So yeah,
I'll tell you quick,
and they was attacking him offensively too. Did you kind of notice they was hunting him a few times, and especially was it Hersey Miller? Yeah,
Mercy.
Oh, yeah. Hersey is the other brother. Okay, yeah, but he was getting by him a few times. And scoring at the basket, but all in all, man, one of the things I'm happy about is that he understood that Burries was in the game and how the game was going, and didn't try to do too much.
I'll tell you a quick story. When I was playing for Coach Peabody, I was like the 9th, 10th guy off the bench, but we played in a tournament in Benson. That one gym where you got the hanging seats up on top and it's super bouncy, like the course real bouncy. Well, that whole season, guys, I probably made 10 3-pointers. But I had 5 in a game in one of those preliminary games in that tournament. And the next game out, I didn't really even play. And I think I got 2 shots up. And one of the players for the other team, Kelvin, was like, man, we had the film. We were studying your shot. And we were trying to make sure. It was like Anthony Delorso yesterday. That Houston was bringing so much extra attention because he just filled it up yesterday. He was seeing that rim really nice. And that's how a good team works, Kelvin. Good teams find where the extra defensive attention is going. And like they just said, 8 guys on this team, 7 guys with 20 or more points. So what are you going to take away? You're going to double over here? We got a guy over here. You're going to take this guy off? Guy gets in foul trouble, somebody else is going to step up. So there's really nothing you can do and nothing you can completely take away because they're all capable and willing to step into that role and knock shots down.
Looks like a lot of folks are out on the plaza in Kansas City for the DJ Khaled concert that is happening as we speak there at the Fan Fest after the Big 12 Tournament Championship has wrapped up. That would be fun. I'd like to. He was at the game today. I think he had a pretty good seat.
So was Master P. Is he getting up there?
Master P. I don't know. If I was DJ Khaled, I'd definitely be bringing Master P up there For a little bit, for sure. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from Lee. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hi, guys. Thanks. You do a great job. I'm sorry I came in late, but I looked at the box score and saw that, when you got Flemings and Sharp only getting, Sharp got 10 and Flemings got 6, I think.
Yeah.
Hats off to the defense. Tugler got his points, but those other guys, I don't know who was defending those guys, but I just wanted to make that comment and hang up for that. Listen to your comment on the radio.
Appreciate it, Lee. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, they took, again, we talked about this particular game, but all the games in this particular run in Kansas City, they took out, the top scorers from the other, in terms of the guards. They really did a great job, I thought, of shutting down the guards per se. Now, obviously, Milan went off yesterday, but he's more of a big wing kind of thing. But Taman Lipsy only had 8 points on 2 of 11 in the game last night. So I thought they did a really good job on the guards as a whole in the 3 games.
It's the versatility, because you think about Jaden Bradley's reputation has always been defense. Doesn't turn the ball over, Kelvin, plays great defense, right? I mean, that's always been Jaden Bradley's reputation. We talked Brayden Burries only playing zone in high school, but it only took 10 games for him to really figure it out. Over this summer, he's been having to match up with guys like Deli and JB. So obviously, he got his feet settled under him pretty quick. But the versatility I'm talking about is I saw Ivan Karchenkov get matched off on Kingston Fleming several times, and Kingston gave the ball up. Right, so it's not just the primary defender, Kelvin. It's any kind of
Peat. Did you see that time when Peat shut him off?
Exactly. Ooh. So anytime like there's a ball screen action, if they're always not trying to switch. A lot of times they're trying to fight over those screens. But if there ever is a mismatch, power forward guard and a point guard or whatever, a lot of the guys I've seen Tobe Awaka and Mo Krivas move their feet on the perimeter this year to stay in front of some quicker guards. So obviously there's always going to be a mismatch. There's always, you don't want the fastest guard in America out on the perimeter with Mo Krivas trying to move his feet straight. That's not ideal, but you're going to have cross switches, right? You're going to have mismatches on those offensive possessions with high ball screen teams and all those guys who are in the game. And come on, you got Dwayne Aristo coming off the bench, Kelvin. The defensive versatility, especially those perimeter guys, is top notch.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. It's Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the post-game show. Wildcats knock off the number 5 ranked Houston Cougars 79-74 in the Big 12 Tournament Championship game. Quick check of your Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyer scoreboard. ACC Championship, 4 seconds left. Duke at the line. Cameron Boozer with a 72-70 edge right now over Virginia, trying to win the ACC championship tonight. Big Ten and SEC will play their title games tomorrow to wrap things up in the Power 4.
Boozers, man. I mean, that was Carlos on that 2001 team in the national championship game.
Ah, yeah. He was on that team.
He was the leader of that team. It was Dunleavy who probably was the guy people remember from that game. But, yeah, we know all about the Boozers.
All right, we will update this game when we come back. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
So, what is it that scares you the most?
The blue trucks from Essential Pest Control, Doctor. They leave bugs belly up.
I use one of those national companies.
Thanks, Doc. Those guys don't scare me.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Buy local and stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
Cactus RV, offering the most affordable pre-owned RVs, travel trailers, and toy haulers in Tucson. We offer consignments on RVs, travel trailers, trucks, cars, and SUVs. Sell without the hassle and let Cactus RV do it for you. Cactus RV is also a local independent service center, so they can help keep your RV, travel trailer, or toy hauler in pristine condition and ready to sell or hit the road for your next adventure. A true one-stop shop. Call now, 888-2244. Visit cactusrv.com or visit us on Romero, just north of Prince.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care with Mad March savings all month long. Now's the time to save big with big deals on major brand tires like the long-lasting quiet riding Michelin Defender 2 and slam dunk savings on automotive repairs with big rebates up to $100. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 convenient locations are ready to assist on your next championship drive. Check out jackfurriers.com for even more savings. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management. As a boutique fiduciary investment firm, our clients have trusted us to guide them down their financial paths for decades. Whether you are an individual or family, business, foundation, or nonprofit, we are committed to your long-term goals and financial futures. We are proud supporters of the Tucson community and all that makes our city so special. Visit online at meridianwealthllc.com to learn more about Meridian today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
It's Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet, and supplier pricing is going on right now. Check out our great lineup and save big. Get up to $12,475 off the 2026 Silverado LD, up to $7,500 off the 2025 Blazer EV, and up to $2,500 off the 2026 Traverse. Truck Month is happening now. Find us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing.
A neighborly company.
Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com. A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Cats with the ball, Bradley. Nice little jog across midcourt to set up the offense. 7:10 to go in the first half. Now puts it on, drives to lane. Up and under. Lay-in is good, and he's fouled. Oh, vintage Jaden Bradley. He'll go to the line.
Jaden Bradley, the MVP of the Big 12 tournament, as the Wildcats win at 79-74. They'll head back home. Selection Sunday. Tommy Lloyd show tomorrow out at the Union Public House. Again, space is limited there tomorrow. My understanding is there's a lot of invited guests that are going to be there. We will be there for our second straight year for a Selection Sunday special. So we will go on the air at 3 o'clock after the conclusion of the Tommy Lloyd show, and we'll be on the air with you probably anywhere from about an hour to 2 hours, depending on how quickly things roll tomorrow. We'll obviously know pretty quickly that the Wildcats are the number one seed. If we depending on how quickly we know their region, there'll be a media briefing with Tommy Lloyd and the players afterward. We will bring that to you as well tomorrow, take some of your calls about it, possibly talk to a few dignitaries there on site as well, and then probably wrap it up sometime between 4 and 5 o'clock tomorrow. So join us for all of that. 520-848-1290 is the number. We have a lot of people that are checking in on the YouTube channel. Edward Birdman says, I was worried when Houston came back. They were very close to taking the lead, but the Cats hold on, and they kept going. Appreciate you, Edward Birdman, for checking in. K-Dub, as always, 10 wins versus 11 top 10 teams. Arizona has been properly tested and had to defend and score against every style, with every player taking their turn to be the man, unlike Duke playing in the Pac-12 East, as he likes to categorize the ACC.
Yeah, I heard the announcers on TV talking about how excited, Kelvin, this Arizona squad will be to see, and any team in this tournament will see, to be able to see another team other than a Big 12 team, right? Because you think about Iowa State and Houston. I mean, show me two teams that are tougher than Iowa State and Houston. I mean, there aren't that many in the country. So, yeah, battle-tested throughout the entire season, but closing it out with 11 consecutive quad one games and just that level of intensity and defensive pressure that they saw. You know, it's like shooting with one of those oversized balls, Kelvin. You shoot with that ball for 10 minutes, and a little ball makes you don't overlook anybody. I'm not saying that, but yeah, definitely not going to see that level of defensive pressure, this next weekend.
Our guy Doug checks in via the text group. He says, wow, guys, what a season up to this point. 32-2 against the toughest schedule we've ever faced. J-Dub, you're so right to thank Houston for toughening us up after 2022. I think Tommy's biggest challenge in the offseason is going to be replacing the physical and mental toughness of this year's roster. A game like this one today is the biggest testament to that toughness that you could ask for. I told you last night that people are fickle in their support for guys when they have one bad game. Huge bounce back by Koa tonight, and Burries too. Then you've got to love the fight Big Mo showed down the stretch. It was awesome to see that JB was able to come back after the injury. Really glad we don't play till Friday with short travel. Tomorrow they get to celebrate here in Tucson. Then next week with the big journey. Next week, I should say, the big journey will begin. Bear down.
We all don't know how many people are coming back, what the roster will look like next year. But, Kelvin, I guarantee you one thing. Coach Lloyd has talked recently about, media perception of softness for West Coast teams. That's media perception. You know who's paying attention? Players.
Right.
Players, Kelvin, understand what Coach Lloyd's all about. They understand the system he's trying to play. So you don't think there's tough guys out there who maybe don't like where they're at right now, looking for a greener grass. And we don't know what the roster's going to look like next year, but I guarantee you some tough guys going to be knocking on that door trying to get into this Arizona program and play that style of basketball.
Yeah, they see that that's what Coach Lloyd wants in the program, and they see that that's the style of play. I mean, the advantage of him coaching on those USA teams, man. I see it every year, man. He gets 2 or 3 guys, to be able to come here from those squads. So, and then when you talk about some of the European kids, I mean, that direct pipeline is already valid. So I just think it's just a matter of who he's going to get and sticking to the different spots.
What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be the next Ivan Karchenkov at Arizona.
There you go. That would be a good thing to be because he's been fun to watch this season for sure. All right, let's review what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win this game today.
How did our keys to the game go for your Wildcats? Our keys to the game are brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
We can't forget about Milos Uzane and Emmanuel Sharp, man. I think you can't let those guys get going. They're comfortable. They've won this championship before. You don't want to let those guys get hot. You don't want to let those guys, get a chance to get going. So really lock in on those guys. I understand what Kingston Flemings brings to the game, but this is his first time there. These other guys have been there, done that. Need to lock in on those guys. Knock down free throws. They're going to foul. Houston will foul. You have to knock down free throws. We were 20 for 31 at third place. That won't work this time. We have to be able to be a little bit better at that free throw line against those guys. And then lastly, take care of the basketball. We only had 5 turnovers at Houston. I think that's the big reason why we won. I think it took the steam out of Houston's traps because they just felt like they couldn't turn us over. I think another effort like that is gonna be what is gonna be needed to win this game.
13 turnovers in 2 games against the Cougars. That's pretty impressive.
Nuts, man. And especially when you add on like what they did for Iowa State, similar. Like the trap, you can't emphasize enough how those teams' goal is to turn you over on those hard, blitzes and high hedges on those ball screens. And there was a minute there in the first half, Kelvin, where Arizona turned it around and they were doing hard hedges and blitzes on the ball handlers for Houston. But unbelievable. The 2 turnovers in that first half, it's just, you can't play cleaner than that.
Koa was the only one that missed free throws tonight, 7 of 11. He missed that 1-and-1 at the end, which I kind of cringed a little bit. But again, he's like I said, he's the one guy that concerns me a little bit in some of those late game situations. But I'll take 7 of 11 from him. Jaden 3 of 3. Brayden was awesome at 7 for 7. Yvonne made both of his. Motias made 2 clutch free throws there down the stretch, and Anthony hit a couple as well. So 23 of 27, you'll take 85%.
I'll take that all day, especially, like you said, with one guy's missing those, even though he's an important guy that's going to be getting fouled. But the foul pressure that he's putting on the team is putting us in the 1-and-1, and it's getting our good free throw shooters opportunities as well. So 23 from the line, if you look at 23 points to 10 points on the free throw, that's a huge difference.
Do you guys want to hear my keys again, or should we skip that?
I mean, we can again.
For the first time in 10 years of working on the pre and post game, I did a little bit of a joke keys for the first time ever. So here's what that sounded like. Well, for the first time all year, guys, I'm going to give some keys for the fans. Fans like Doug, who gets a little bit nervous. Paul gets a little bit nervous. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take your sliced onions and some olive oil and salt and pepper, and you're going to put them into a pan on low for about 30 minutes. Stir it every 5 or so minutes until those are nice and caramelized. Brown some chicken breast, add some stock about halfway up, and cover that. Simmer for about 20 minutes. Then you're going to shred the chicken, put it over some really good corn chips. Add your favorite cheese, really important, and some really good salsa. Put it in your oven about 350, baked after about 10 minutes. Nice beverage. If you're a beer drinker, drink a beer, soda, whatever you need. Kick your feet up on your favorite chair and enjoy a game between 2 Final Four potential contenders. It's just going to be a great game tonight. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. Did you eat all that before you got
all
back
my
here?
keys came true. No. I did make burrito, but I didn't make chicken.
Okay.
And I'm going to eat it later. I didn't eat it during the game.
There you go. My keys. Yeah, I thought Kelvin hit it on the head with the free throws. I think any championship game, whether it's a tournament championship game in the regular season, one of the METs, or whether it's a postseason conference tournament, or when you get to the NCAA tournament, you want to hit your free throws in order to be able to assure yourself you can win those games. I still go back to that Memphis game against Kansas that still pains me as somebody that was living in Memphis at the time, and they should have won that game but couldn't hit free throws down the stretch. I also think you got to hit a certain number of threes, kind of like you did yesterday. I mean, what did they? I think they finished 8 of 16 yesterday. I think when you get into games like this, you do have to make threes, and I thought we saw the Wildcats do that in the game last night. I'd like to see maybe about the same amount, 8 3-point shots made for the Wildcats in this contest. And I think Jaden Bradley is kind of the key to all of this in terms of keeping the turnovers down low, but pressing the tempo at the same time, because like you said, this is a Houston team that wants to defend. So the Wildcats are going to have to try to find ways to get easy baskets. And I think if Jaden Bradley pushes the tempo today, that the Wildcats have a chance to obviously not fall into the same trap that Kansas did, where you're missing 16 shots in a row trying to make everything from the outside. 6 of 13 from 3. I liked it. No, again, as long as they're shooting their percentage or higher, I'm good with it. And that's 46%. You got a couple from Brayden, a couple from Jaden, and a couple from Yvonne in the contest. Anthony obviously missed both of his, and Dwayne missed one, but 6 of 13, I'll take that. And again, I thought Jaden was very aggressive early in the game and trying to play downhill.
Yeah.
And that was important.
I think JB and Brayden Burries both pushed tempo, very well, Kelvin. I think that they were really making a concerted effort to force the issue up the court off of defensive rebounds, just to probe and see if there was a little bit of a sliver there. But guess what? 4 fast break points is what they're credited with. 4. That might be a season low, guys, for this Arizona Wildcats team. So Houston and Kelvin Sampson, they weren't going to let Arizona, get 20, 25 fast break points. But pushing to sometimes, one of my favorite plays in all of basketball, Kelvin, is a secondary break three-pointer. Because you push, you got guys who can get right to the rim and score. All that defense collapses down. So it doesn't, just because you don't necessarily get a fast break point credited on the score sheet, doesn't mean that you didn't cause a little chaos by pushing that early tempo.
Exactly. Yeah. Coach Olsen was notorious for that secondary break, and I love it still to this day because again, it gives your guys freedom to make something happen. After you push the ball, you get their whole team to run back and cover the basket. Now you start swinging the ball back and guys probing and looking for shots. That catch and shoot shot right in rhythm, right into your step, good balance, usually is a knockdown shot.
That's it, I think, right?
Yeah,
that's it.
Except for this part.
Those were today's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
All right, let's take another call. Bill, you're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Gameday, the postgame show.
Hey, guys. Hey, it was about, I think 8 years ago. I think it was at 17 or 18. We had a really bad loss to UCLA, and it was probably like 55, 60 foul calls. And it was just an ugly old Pac-12 game that we got the reputation of being soft because of the Pac-12 ref like that. And I called in, I said, we need to get out of this conference. We need to get in the Big 12. I just, it's something that
and it happened.
About
you
8
did
years
it,
ago. So nobody, nobody's going to give me credit because, so I got to do it myself because nobody remembers that. So I have a new one now.
Okay.
I have a new one. So listen, hear me out. So we're going to, the 5 conferences are going to leave the NCAA because the NCAA is just horse crap.
Manure.
And so we're going to that's 69 teams in those 5 conferences. Have Gonzaga come into one of our conferences. And then we have 70 teams. First 16 teams get a bye. Then you have a 64-game tournament. And all these teams, like Ole Miss, deserves to be in there because the way they played in their tournament the last couple of days, you tell me they're better than all the byes that are going to come in from the low mid-majors.
I got a counter prediction. They're going to expand the NCAA tournament to 128 teams, and they're going to do away with the postseason tournaments for conferences.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not my. I don't think it'll ever happen. This is what I want to happen because then the second thing is that the 5 conferences take control of officiating, and they have an actual officiating school, and they control who comes in and who comes out because the officiating system right now it's all incestuous These big, the
Bill,
old refs.
Bill, you need to call in during our afternoon show and talk about the officiating and how that structure works and how the mentoring system works and how those officials get promoted up and to work those games and how, obviously it's a system right now that's very corrupt, because I know you know a lot about that. We talked about that last time, and we would love to hear your thoughts and everything you know about that in more of a long form setting sometime if you have time.
Of course. So, we'll just, but we'll start a movement now and get this thing going.
There we go. Bill, hey, we always appreciate the opportunity to hear from you.
Sure. All right, guys, bear down.
Bear down. All right. All right, Kelvin, last thoughts from you.
Hey, man. Well, I mean, Big 12 champions, tournament champions. I mean, regular season. I mean, they just stamping themselves, man, over and over again, stamping it, boy. And, again, exciting game, fun game, different guys stepping up. It was Del Orso yesterday. Now it's back to Burries and Jaden. Jaden knocked down another big shot. Now it's time for the real tournament, man. It sucks that turnaround comes so fast, but now it's time for the real tournament, because that's what people really going to remember, man. And so I hope for these guys' sake that they're able to make a deep run, because they deserve – I mean, they're going to be remembered anyway for, a lot of the things they did, but – when you make those deep runs into the tournament, man, it's just something about it where, nationally everybody sees it.
Absolutely. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow, Kelvin, and get your thoughts on where the placement is and where we're going, and then we'll figure out what happens after that.
What are we calling it? The March tournament? Because we're not allowed to say certain phrases? Or how's that work?
I'm just calling it the 1290 Selection Sunday Show.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think we can do that. All right, we'll get a break in, our final break, and then we will get you your scoreboard, and we may let you hear one more interview coming from Kansas City as well. Maybe I'll let you hear a little DJ Khaled, too, if I can find some of that. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day wraps up after this on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Prepare yourself. Something extraordinary is about to break loose right in the center of town. Get ready for Casino del Sol. Bigger, brighter, bolder. We are where excitement doesn't just rise, it erupts. We are where fun doesn't just elevate, it takes flight. We aren't just a casino. We are the beginning of a new era. We are Casino del Sol, an enterprise of the Pascua Yaqui tribe.
Morning begins in the Rincon foothills. Rocking K, a master-planned community and place to call home, offering distinct neighborhoods designed to fit your lifestyle. Explore the outdoors, walk the trails, visit Saguaro National Park. Enjoy community parks and make new friends at Rocking K resident events. Walk to Vail School District's newest campus in Rocking K, Saguaro Creek. 17 model homes, 6 quality builders, move-in ready homes available from the 300s. Rocking K, designed by nature. A community by design.
Up your game in a new Buick or GMC from Royal Buick GMC. At Royal, we always deliver a quality vehicle at a great price. Score a great deal with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff and our transparent online pricing. Plus, Royal offers a 72-hour buyback guarantee. Score big at Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. See dealer for details. Royal Buick GMC in the Tucson Auto Mall or RoyalTucson.com.
Ready to update your kitchen? Create a spa-inspired bathroom or a backyard oasis? Put the equity in your home to work for you with a home equity line of credit from Hughes. Borrow between $10,000 and $250,000 and enjoy flexible terms and no prepayment penalties. With Hughes Federal Credit Union's one-rate guarantee, there's no switching rates based on your credit score. All our members get our same low rate. Learn more at hughesfcu.org/HELOC. Insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Certain restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Jordan Benjamin with Dunright Services. When your home or business needs HVAC, plumbing services, or electrical work, trust a true local Tucson company, Dunright Services. We pride ourselves on delivering top-notch service, fair pricing, and expert craftsmanship. The job isn't finished unless it's done right. Weekend emergency? No problem. Just give us a call. We're here when you need us. You deserve the best, and Dunright Services delivers. Call us today for a free estimate at 520-369-3966.
Hi guys, I'm back. What's new?
Tucson Appliance Scratch and Dent Studio.
All the Scratch and Dent merchandise has its own new studio.
There were so many Scratch and Dent discounted items. Now they have a place of their own.
I love it. A whole Scratch and Dent studio right next to Tucson Appliance. They don't look like Scratch and Dent.
But it shows in the low prices.
Tucson Appliance Scratch and Dent Studio. Proud local supporters of the Southern Arizona Heartball. Only at Tucson Appliance where you are a priority.
For windows and doors that combine style, performance, and efficiency, come to the Window Depot. We carry a large selection of Milgard windows and patio doors, with many options in stock and available today. Choose from a variety of colors, styles, and energy-efficient designs that can help improve comfort while adding value to your home. From new builds to window replacements, our team can help you find the right Milgard products for your unique project. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you.
From work to errands to family life, your car takes a beating. At Recon Auto Detailing, we don't just protect it, we maintain it.
They installed my ceramic coating in shop, and now their mobile team keeps it looking brand new, right in my driveway.
Ceramic coatings, PPF, tint, all installed professionally at Recon Auto Detailing. And with our mobile detailing, we keep that fresh, protected look mile after mile. One-stop shop, zero hassle, that's Recon Auto Detailing, Ceramic Pro West, Tucson.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
All right, let's hear a little bit of the concert. DJ Khaled in Kansas City, entertaining the Big 12 Conference. I think he has to sing all the verses because, you know, in those songs where you have all those different artists, they're not actually all there. So Khaled has to sing the verses himself. But people having fun on a great weather was great this weekend in Kansas City for this event. It wasn't cold or anything like that. So nice to see everybody outside and not having to freeze their buns off. Because if I remember last year, I think it was a little bit cold for the concert. Post-game concert, whoever that was. All right, let's get you your scoreboard.
Let's take a look at what's happening today around the rest of the country. The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
Arizona knocks off the Houston Cougars 79-74 to win the Big 12 Tournament Conference Championship. First time the Wildcats have done that. Their 10th overall conference tournament championship going back to the Pac-10, Pac-12 years. Number one Duke beats Virginia 74-70. Cameron Boozer had 16 points. Duke wins the ACC tournament. They'll likely still be the number one overall seed. Third-ranked Michigan over Wisconsin 68-65. Adem Mara 16 points, 8 rebounds, 5 block shots for Michigan. They'll be in the Big Ten final where they will face Purdue. Purdue, 18th ranked, knocked off UCLA 73-66. Oscar Clough for the Boilermakers, 17 points and 14 rebounds. The other games in the semifinal round, it was the SEC tournament. Florida, the number one seed and fourth-ranked team in the country, beaten by 17 points by Vanderbilt, 91-74. So Vanderbilt is in the final in the SEC alongside Arkansas. The Razorbacks in overtime ended Ole Miss's dream run, 93-90. The other final today was involving ranked teams, was when in the Big East Conference. And how about St. John's?
Bro. Do you want me to tell you the score of the last time these two teams played, which was
the game where they didn't score?
February 25th. February 25th. 2.5 weeks ago. That was the one where the Red Storm didn't score a field goal for 17 consecutive minutes in the second half. They lost 72-40 to this UConn Husky team 2.5 weeks ago.
And today they win by 20. I can't imagine what Dan Hurley's going to say after that one.
It's like the literal opposite. 72-52 tonight. St. John's, that's their second Big East tournament victory in a row.
Yeah, in a row. So, I mean, Rick Pitino doing some special things over there.
Just don't buy a car from
him. Don't buy a car from him. Big West final going on right now. Hawaii is leading UC Irvine 42-38. These are some of the smaller school or conferences involving non-ranked teams. Ivy League semifinal, Yale over Cornell, 88-76. American East final, Maryland Baltimore County over Vermont, 74-59. Howard, wins the MEAC tournament championship. They're headed to the NCAA tournament. I have Howard family members. They're probably jumping all up and down.
You know who else has Howard?
Who's that?
Joe Lenardi in his bracketology playing Arizona in the first round.
Yes, I did hear Brian Jeffrey say that. All right, Brian and Reggie say that on the postgame show. 70-63 Howard over North Carolina Central. A-10 semifinal, Dayton upsets St. Louis, so St. Louis faltered down the stretch. Ivy League semifinal, Penn over Harvard in overtime, 62-60. American Conference, not ACC, American Conference semifinal, South Florida beats Charlotte 86-64. Atlantic 10 semifinal, Virginia Commonwealth over St. Joe's 77-64. The other American Conference semifinal, Wichita State beat Tulsa, so Wichita State will play South Florida. Do they go by just UCF or USF, or can we call them South Florida? Mountain West champion is Utah State. They beat San Diego State 73-62. That was still out. I think that tournament is still out in Las Vegas. SWAC final, Prairie View A&M over Southern 72-66. MAC final, Miami of Ohio was knocked out early, so Akron is going to the tournament out of Cleveland. They beat Toledo 79-76. The Akron was the second best team in that league. They were 29-5. They finished 17-1. Their lone loss was to Miami.
That's Miami's best win of the year, by the way.
Yeah.
Akron.
Over Akron. Absolutely. Will both of those teams get in? That will be the question tomorrow. And Conference USA, Kennesaw State wins that league over Louisiana Tech 71-60. Real quick, your scoreboard here, University of Arizona Athletics today. Oh, gosh, where did I do with it? Just that quick.
They won one, they lost one, they won one, they lost another one.
Well, I can tell you that softball lost both of their games. Here we go. Women's beach volleyball wins over Santa Clara 4-1. Softball lost both their games 14-6 and 8-0.
They didn't like that run rule yesterday.
No, they did not. So Texas Tech wins that series. Tennis loses at Arizona State. Women's tennis loses at Arizona State 4-2. So that's a Territorial Cup Series point to the Sun Devils there. Beach volleyball out in San Luis Obispo. They beat UC Davis 3-2. Baseball loses at Utah 7-6. They'll play the rubber game of that tomorrow. Men's tennis shuts out Utah and Salt Lake City 4-0. And, of course, your men's basketball team wins the Big 12 tournament title. Play this song.
Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
W-I-L-D. Cats. W-I-L-D. Wildcats. W-I-L-D. Cats.
You know, DK, I think we owe Harvey Mason $3.20 because we've played this song 32 times this season.
Hey, does he get royalties every time we play this?
I talked to him on the phone, and I talked to him on the phone like 4 months ago, and I said, by the way, we play Wild About the Cats after every win, and he was over the moon. He loved it.
I wish he would do. Wouldn't it be? It would be apropos for Harvey. Maybe we need to get him on the phone again to produce a new song for this team. No, I mean again, this is the best team we've had in a long time. At least 12 years, going back to the Miller teams that went to the Elite Eight.
Have Koa say they want me in the NBA.
He would be perfect for that line. That is his line right there. But I think Harvey needs to come up, produce a song for this year's team. I'll see if I can maybe get on the horn and make that happen. All right, thanks to Dusty Dale over on the FM side, K-Hit 107.5, David Dragon Ball Amata on the AM side here, Wildcats Radio 1290. Don't forget, tomorrow, Tommy Lloyd Show, 2:05 from the Union Public House. Seats are limited. We'll be on the air at 3 o'clock with the 1290 Selection Sunday show. And
they want me in the NBA.
3 o'clock, we'll talk about the bracket, where the Wildcats are going, hear from the coach and the players, and you as well. For Calvin Efon and JW Madden, my name is David Kelly, giving you that final score one more time in front of 11,696 at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, Missouri, in the Big 12 Tournament Championship game. Number 2, Arizona, 79. Number 5, Houston, 74. 10th Conference Tournament Championship in Wildcats history. Enjoy Selection Sunday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bear down, Arizona.
W-I-L-D. Wildcats. W-I-L-D. Cats. Wild about the cats.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
En garde! U.S. Olympians do it. Your neighbor's kid does it. And yes, it's the only socially acceptable way to carry a sword. Fencing. No, not the kind that keeps dogs in. This is the Olympic and Paralympic sport for all ages. Fencing is fun, safe, and welcoming. Physical chess that builds both body and mind. Kids and adults make friends fast, stay active, and even open doors to college programs nationwide. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Done Right Services, Tucson's trusted provider for air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical needs, is hiring. Done Right Services is hiring talented and motivated individuals for manager and supervisory positions, as well as electrical, HVAC, and plumbing technicians. Done Right Services offers competitive salaries, health and dental benefits, generous PTO, a company vehicle, and advancement and leadership opportunities. Join the Done Right Services team today. Fill out an online application at donerightservices.com.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put members' success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Thank you for listening to the special presentation from Wildcats Radio 1290. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming on Westwood One Sports.